Good morning, everybody. It's a really cold day out. Oh my gosh, it's 35. It's probably gonna drop in a little bit, but I'm out on trail again, and today I am out at the Roundtop Trail. It's located on Pennsylvania State Game Lands number 246. There's not a sign out when you turn into this little parking lot, and the parking lot is kind of primitive. It's got gravel, but it's real bumpy, you know, and a lot of holes and stuff. I see about 5 vehicles here. I'm not sure if they're here to go hunting or what, so I'm definitely wearing my orange today. I might even add a piece of orange because of the last time I went out and there was shots fired and stuff like that, but it is the season to be careful. I know nothing about this trail other than All Trails says it's 4 miles and it's a round trip, like a loop, and part of it is a straight road and then it goes out to a loop. So we'll see. Come along, let's have fun. Okay, so here's the parking lot. It's just right off of Roundtop Road. You just turn in, there's no sign, you have to have a map to the road, I guess, but right out there beyond the gates is Roundtop Road, and then you pull up into this little parking lot area. And so the trail appears to be starting right there, so we're gonna head over there and I'll get as much as I can during the times my hands are thawed out. So today I'm also trying out a new thing that I got. It is a hydration vest. I've never had one before, but it seems like it would be easier to take something along that's smaller, kind of fits over my down jacket, and has a hydration bladder in the back. So this is a test thing for that also. Let me show you what the trail looks like. Okay, we're starting out like this, gravel. It's supposed to go uphill, so I'm expecting a little bit of an incline, maybe a lot of incline, I don't know. Let's just start out here. So as you can see here, we've got a little bit of ice on the trail. It's not covered, but there are definitely patches of snow. I'm not sure how much I'll see. There must have been snow. Makes the trail easier to see if nothing else. I didn't put my micro spikes on though, because it doesn't seem like, I mean, I'm hoping that I won't need them, but I do have them in the car. I just got them last week and I'm excited to use them, but I don't want to use them if I don't have to. Close to a mile up, saw a couple hunters. There's trails off to the left and right, but other than that, not much to see. A lot of trees, you know, dead trees. It's going to be that time of year, folks. And I just spent like 10 minutes just trying to loop this thing through so that it would actually let me drink out of it. It's going to be squirrely, I think. Probably because the tubing is still new. Perhaps there is an alternative tubing or another hydration bag, because this one isn't the kind of tubing I'd want, but we'll see. I don't know much about them. This is all new to me. But so far, I also wanted you to know that I can't show you, but I have a bright orange long sleeve shirt and you wouldn't be able to see it underneath my coat, so I tied it onto the back of my vest, and I'm gonna try to think of a better way to approach this. I don't like wearing orange vests, but that may be the only option I have going down the road. We'll see. So I was walking by, I saw a little green ribbon, and we just kind of wanted to take note of it. And I looked through the woods and there's this orange spot on a tree. I thought, well, maybe I missed the turnoff, but no, the turnoff is actually up here, and I'm gonna go to the left to make the loop. So far, it's definitely uphill, but it hasn't been a difficult uphill. That doesn't mean that it won't become a more difficult uphill. Okay, I'm like at 1.18 miles, and this is, I see where the trail splits. I'm going to go to the left here, but there is a little trail that goes to the right, and if all goes well, that's the trail I'll be coming back out on from the loop. So let's keep going here. Not a whole lot to film. It's, like I said, mostly just dead trees and ice, well, snow, a couple of pools of ice. I think I got a picture of one of them, but yeah, but it is an easy trail at this point. I don't know, this kind of went down and it's flat now, but from what the description says, when you get up to the top, you're supposed to be able to have a really great view of the Susquehanna Valley, so we'll see. So as you can see, I have 2 buffs with me today. Sometimes I'll even put on 3 because you just never know. So I have the orange one for my ears and for visibility, and I have this other one because sometimes my nose gets really cold and I can just pull it up and down. It's not like I have to take off a balaclava or anything like that. It just kind of makes sense for me. You know, buffs, you can't have too many of them, really. So since I started hearing gunshots, I just took this orange shirt and kind of threaded it around to the front side. So I'm kind of covered front and back. It's not like a pretty thing, you know, but I feel a little more visible. Also, the weird thing is 1.65 miles right now, and I'm going downhill. Not even through half the loop. So I'm wondering if the other half of the loop goes uphill again. I don't know. Very odd. I've seen a couple of tree stands as well. Not too many hunters, maybe 2 or 3. They're walking across the trail and back into the woods. I did see a couple private properties in the distance that looked like cabins. Other than that, not a whole lot to video. Okay, yeah, I just looked at my map, and at some point we're gonna start going back up, because Roundtop, the spot I guess that overlooks everything, is like 922 feet up. Right now, I think I'm only at about 200 or 300 feet. I'm not sure, but it definitely goes back up. Whew. So at about 2 miles, you can keep going straight. I don't really know where that goes, but All Trails tells you to make a sharp right. So that's what I'm doing. I was wondering what smelled so bad. I just came up upon sort of a deer graveyard here. I see there's one there and one coming up. I don't know. I think I read that someone else commented on this as being kind of like a dumping grounds for diseased deer that the Park Service has found. I don't know. Kind of gross, but eh. And from here, where the deer are, it looks like the trail gets a lot more narrow and overgrown. So we are gonna just follow it the best we can. Okay, I'm about 2.3 miles and I see up ahead that the trail really starts going up at a pretty steep incline. I've had to go through a lot of fallen trees, but nothing I couldn't, you know, step over. Take a break, and here we go. Very easy to get turned around here if you don't have your map. Bunches of trails. I had to backtrack a little to find this one. This apparently should take me to the summit. Sorry about the gloves. They're huge and always in the way. Yeah, it is really cold out here, but more or less, this leg of the trip, been running into a lot of tree fall that I have to climb over, and we're starting to get snow on the ground again. Almost there. Okay, so I made it up here finally. Celebrated by taking off my vest, my gloves, giving you a little bit of what the view is here. It's not a lot to see up here. I mean, there's a pile of rocks. There's a rock that says something rot, something rot. I can't read it. I'm assuming that this is the Roundtop overlook, so maybe that's what it was. But that's pretty much all you can see at this point. Through the trees, you can see sort of the mountains over there, a lot of farm area. And then on the other side, it's just kind of more of the same. There's a little stool if you want to take a rest, but not a whole lot more. So I'm going to get back on the trail, and I'm going to be going downhill now. So hopefully it's not as steep downhill as it was coming up, because I must have had to stop a dozen times. It was just that steep. I'm at a juncture where I really wish the trail went that way, but it doesn't. It goes this way through all the tree fall. Yay. There's a lot of tree fall on this trail. I mean, I have to basically have been going under and over and under and over the entire way here. As you can see, here's another one. Let's see if they can do this. Okay. And out and over. And being short, you know, I'm only 5'2". That's pretty high for me. Okay, we're here back to the juncture where I showed you earlier that I'm coming back out onto the trail that goes straight down to my car. It's out of the woods. It's back on this stuff. I just met up with a hunter who was standing on the trail, and a very nice man, and told me that there are a lot of deer up here, but the problem is the terrain, and that most people, hunters I guess he was referring to, don't want to hike up that terrain. So he told me, that's quite a feat you did there. But he also said on the other side of the mountain it's at least 20 degrees colder, so I am glad that I'm on this side. So I just want to tell you that what I find fascinating is that I'm a 5'2" female, I'm out in the middle of the woods by myself, and I run into a man that's 3 times my size holding a gun, and I have zero fear of that. Maybe there's something wrong with that, I don't know, but I constantly get warnings from all my friends that, oh, you should be careful, there's crazy people out in the woods. But you know what? I feel 1,000 times safer out in the middle of the woods than I do on a city street. So there's that. The little frozen patch of water, all the leaves are frozen in it. It is getting cold out. I like it. Back to the car, finally. Cold, but I warmed up a lot from where I started. I'm just really glad that I had my, heated gloves, and I also bring along those little foot warmers. I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but you can get them at like the dollar store. Let me show you what I mean. These things, that really helped when my one foot started getting cold on the way down, so I just slipped one of them in and it really helped. So let me get in the car here. Okay, just to close out here, it was not a real interesting trail. It actually wound up being 4.5 miles, and I only deviated maybe 2 or 3 feet the one time I had to turn around, so it's a little longer than what the All Trails map tells you. They say it's 4. About a third or 2/3 of the way in, I came across this deer cemetery, and the hunter I ran into later said that's definitely dumping grounds for the Game Commission. So expect that. Didn't smell too bad because it's winter, but I can't imagine what it would smell like in the summertime. Probably a lot of flies there, but it's really quick. You just go kind of right past it. You don't even have to stop like I did. So anyway, I got my exercise, I got my fresh air, and tomorrow I'm going to be out with a friend again, and we're going to revisit a trail that I've been on before, but I'm really excited to do it. So anyway, hope you're having a great weekend. Namaste. Just look at this. My nose is so red.